fans, and I love screaming and yelling and the excitement. And it's just this wave of adrenaline that goes through your body when you're dancing in front of that many people in such a huge environment, and it's really exciting. Mentally preparing for dancing by yourself or with a team on stage is something that you kind of never get used to as long as you do it. I think game day atmospheres are much more different than competition atmospheres, but you have to get in your zone pretty quickly, and you have to just think about everything that you've worked hard for and kind of be in your own little mental state.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When we go out for pregame, halftime, those are all prepared routines that we've done multiple times, but when we're on the sidelines, it's off the top of our head, like sideline 1, sideline 2, Rachel's sideline, so you have to just adapt to the situation.
We don't just try hard for competition, we try hard in everything that we do because we want to be the best at everything we do, and you can't just like spend your whole football season like not really focusing on being sharp or being clean and then expect to make that switch in competition season and be able to do that automatically. So it's something that we practice from the very beginning. That's why we spend so much time working on our football stuff to make it super sharp, super clean, and that way we already have like the trained mindset to transition that over into what we actually compete with. So.
Yeah.
I feel like the hardest part about being on the team is definitely the time commitment, and it's not only challenging in that like we're doing something almost every single day of the week for the team, but a lot of it's also like really intense physical activity, so your body really feels it.
You just have to accept you're not going to have like a normal college experience. Most student athletes don't. It's going to be different. You're not going to be able to do everything your friends do.
Then both games on Saturday, and just make sure everything looks good, and then we'll really work on the clinic and make sure that everyone knows their part and like what they're teaching, and that it all like flows and works together. And
Christmas break, when all of our friends get to go home and be with their families, we go home for less than a week, and then we come back and we train all day for nationals.
For our competition routines, I mean, we practice 9 hours every day during Christmas break, back to back to back for all the dances, and it's still not perfectly clean to where we want it to be. Competition, like you think, oh, it's 2 minutes to just go out and do the dance, but you have to hit everything perfectly in that 2 minutes. It's not just like getting through the dance, you have to be present and fully aware of what you're doing, where you're going.
Everyone's bodies are really different, and naturally everyone's bodies, when you learn something, are going to want to do really different things, and it's really hard to make 27 people or the 16 people on the floor for our competition teams look the same. You watch these teams growing up that are so amazing, and then you get there and you're like right next to them, and it's like you have to compete against them, and it takes practice, but you just have to have this like focus. You have to like zone everything else out.
Giving up your break to stay here and practice is something that's definitely like essential for us, because it's something that pays off in the long run. So once we get to Florida and you see all the other teams, you really want to like get there and be your best self and feel confident and feel ready. So I think one of the things that's really unique about dance is it's a sport that you actually have to like look happy, and like your face matters when you're dancing. So like we could be dying in the routine, but that's part of it, is like being able to keep yourself composed and like still have like a pleasant look on your face, but on the inside, like your body is so tired and dying. So I think a lot of people misinterpret that and like say, oh, look at those girls, like they look so happy, like they're not tired, like, but really we've been standing out a football game for 4 hours and it's a lot harder than you would think.
Because it's kind of hard to talk about like stuff we're going through with like nationals, and people just don't really like understand really how hard it is. But then they come and they're like, oh, and you're like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. That's the hardest part. Like competing for me is like is way more mental than physical. Like definitely, especially dance, because it's just like we said, it's not like other sports where like, oh, the first quarter I'm kind of just warming up, and then like the second quarter I feel like I'm into it. Like you have 2 minutes, and so it's a lot of like mental strength, which is like something we've really been trying to work on as a team. We get nervous to compete because we go all the way to Florida to dance for 2 minutes on the stage, and so it's all a lot of preparation for 2 minutes of like, you either do it or you don't. You either mess up, and all those hours were worth it, or so it's a lot more pressure.
Studios, and we've just danced our entire lives from age 3 onward, doing dance competitions, and then it gets to a point where it's like, I've worked 18 years of my life, like you kind of want to have a grand finale, you know?
Ready to announce our first and second place teams? We have one team trying to defend, one team that has never placed higher than 3rd place before.
Wow, a true underdog story could be born right here.
Second place, 1A hip hop. UNLV!
Most genuinely kind and hardworking and humble people I know. And I can't think of a team that's more deserving than you guys. I'm so proud of this.